My first public speech was a disaster. The topic was obstacles to the emancipation of women, suffragists, equal rights. I had no clue. It made absolutely no sense to me. My grandmother ran a farm. My mother was a bookkeeper and handled the finances not only for the farm, but my grandmother, my uncle, and several other people besides. But I persevered. I went to the library. I did some reading. I looked it up. I found things about marches and demonstrations for peace and so on. And it still didn't make any sense. So I took it to my speech instructor, like any good student, and said, I don't get it. What am I supposed to be writing here? So he did something that no speech teacher should ever do, which is he essentially wrote my speech for me. I had it written out in full on a single sheet of paper, and I took my little speech and I memorized it. And I went to this women's club, which I had no idea what women's clubs did or do, and honestly, I'm not totally sure I know that now. But anyway, um, I gave my speech. My mother was in the audience, and as we walked out, she looked at me and she says, "Joe, you made it sound as if there are no obstacles to women's emancipation." Well, it didn't really make sense to me, actually, until many years later when I had children of my own and had a job and was trying to make ends meet. I would like to make sure that none of you have this kind of experience. When you walk out of here, I want to make certain that you understand how to do research, how to interpret a topic, and how to target an audience and know how to present it. No one should have the kind of experience that I had with my first speech. Now, we are trying something new this semester. We're going to be flipping the classroom. This means that you are going to read your text, work with the Rebel tool, which is new to us. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a moment. And you're going to listen to lectures from me outside of class. Please notice in the syllabus, if you haven't already seen that you are going to need a set of headphones that have a microphone attached. I'm actually using the microphone on my laptop right now, but our school computers don't come equipped with that. You'll be doing Moodle quizzes after you complete all of the other things. And those Moodle quizzes are open book, open note, open neighbor, and definitely come ask me if you're stuck or have a problem. Some of the time you'll even work on those in groups in class. Those will turn into being your study guides for your midterm and final exam. You will be receiving assignments in class. Most of them are going to be speaking assignments. The big ones are going to be your declamation, your speech to inform, the demonstration or instructional speech, the persuasive speech, and then you're going to have a second persuasive assignment in which you're going to be doing a Lincoln Douglas debate. Now, don't panic. It's not nearly as hard as it sounds. Uh, in fact, it can even be kind of fun. Most people find that once they get in there and get to working on it, it's not that bad. For your final project or assignment, you will be doing a group project where you will create a PowerPoint or other presentation software type of visual aid. This is the one and only time that I will allow you to use a PowerPoint. While PowerPoint is a wonderful tool and presentation software can definitely enhance a speech, it can also detract and make it more difficult for your audience to understand what you're saying rather than enlightening them. There's also this thing called death by PowerPoint, where you're seeing slide after slide and the speaker is simply reading the slides. Well, we don't want to go there. There is a strong emphasis in this class on ethical speaking. You are expected to do your own work. I've had students in the past ask me, I did this project in another class, or a speech or a paper in another class. Can I bring it to this one and use it? Actually, I'd really rather you did not. Please do fresh work that is yours, that is new. I think that you will more greatly benefit from the experience. You are expected to cite sources, both orally in the inside the speech and also as a formal written out bibliography or resource list. We will work with using correct format, both for your bib pages and for your outlines. Your presentations will count for 60% of your grade, but you will still need to pass the other 40%. As the theory and the ethics is very much a part of your class experience. Even though we are flipping the classroom, you still need to be in attendance. We do have an attendance requirement, plus we are going to be doing a lot of hands-on activities and events in class. You need to be here to be an audience. You need to be here to be a speaker. You need to be here when your group is doing something together and you need to participate as a part of that group. By the same token, I would like to caution you against leaving early. You can miss just as much at the end of a class period as you do in the earlier part. Just double checking my notes here, make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, looks like that's about it. As always, when we are trying something new, there is a little bit of time when we're working with the scheduling. We can adjust the due date slightly if you really find that this is piling up too much, but I would caution you that there's only so much adjusting that I can do because this is a summer class and we do have a lot of material to cover in these 15 weeks. If you are finding that you are having a problem, please do come see me as soon as possible. As always, the sooner we learn about something, the easier it is to fix. And that's about it, folks. I'm looking forward to this semester. Let's dig in and get to work.